My name's Verk, and welcome to Tales from My Table. Today we're going to talk about NPCs and how your players will decide on the important ones. I don't know about you, but in all of my games, the players are the people that pick what NPC that you create that's going to be important to the story. My player's favorite character that ever happened was Frederick, the brownie, who's an alcoholic. It was crazy. My notes literally said brownie likes alcohol, and then the information that he knew in my notes. That was it. He was literally just going to be there for the characters to have a little bit of RP with and get the information about finding the thing that was harassing the town. That was all he was there for. My players disagreed. So, fast forward to being in the shack where this brownie was, for no joke, like 2 hours talking to the thing. Which I didn't even have a voice for. I had nothing for. Like, I ended up making him like this old man who was like super funny and blah, blah, blah. And like, I had no idea. It was just a note. My characters derailed the whole campaign so that he would join them in their adventuring. That's how much they loved Frederick. Do you know why his name was Frederick? Because I couldn't think of his name. It was a crack up. Frederick ended up coming across worlds and time with us as we changed different campaign settings and blah, blah, blah. And Frederick was still there. He was an NPC that was not meant to be, but became important. This wasn't the first time this happened, nor was it the last. It's a crack up to me that players can make so much connection with an NPC that you may have had very little to do with. It's taught me a few things, though. First and foremost, don't spend a lot of freaking time on your NPCs. That's not true. That's unfair. What I really mean is, now, a lot of times, I take things like backstories and other important pieces of information, and I put them free-forming in my notes. They're usually like a blob of information. And then when players end up connecting to certain NPCs, sometimes I'll just grab that and move that over to that NPC. That way, when they still need the piece of information that I want to give them, but I'll give it to them through NPC A instead of NPC B. And that seems to have worked a lot better for my group. And I know I'm not alone in this problem. You see memes about it online and stuff. Like, it's a very real problem. I shouldn't say problem, because it is what it is, right? Players have very strong reactions to different kinds of characters that you have. For instance, I was really looking for a villain that my characters could hate. It seemed like every villain I had had for a very long time of playing NPCs that I created was kind of a straw man? I don't know. Like, I would try to create these villains that were scary and powerful and blah, blah, blah. And I ended up just, yeah, that's the villain, we should go kill him, was about as far as the characters felt motivated. It wasn't like a reason they really hated that character or something. So I thought a lot about it, and I looked up a bunch of information. And it seemed that people said two things: make it personal and make it memorable. So that's what I did. I took away some of the tropes. I was like, I don't want my big bad to be tropey, big, scary man with horns. Like, I didn't want that. So what did I do? I made Nancy. Nancy was a secretary with a Valley Girl accent. I can't tell you how much my players hated Nancy. To this day, the name Nancy in my group, it's hysterical. And why was that? Well, I think a couple reasons. For one, she had a Valley Girl accent. And let me tell you, not much pisses people off more than a Valley Girl accent. Like, oh my god. The other thing was I ended up setting up a situation where the players were stuck outside of this protective magical bubble thing, and they were trying to get into her. And as she was in the middle of the protective bubble, basically sacrificing people, they all saw her doing this. So, and they were trying to get to her. They were doing all the different things of how to break through this magical barrier, and it gave like a very connected feel to it. I think now Nancy has become a terrifying villain that they all despise, which is what I wanted. I want emotion out of my games. I want people to be angry. I want people to be sad. I want people to be happy. I want people to be all of those things. That's my ultimate goal. Side note, one day I really want to make someone cry at my table. Not like upset, hurt cry, but like I want like a character to die or something. And I literally, not their character, but like a character. I want a character to die, and I want someone to literally shed tears at my table. Will that happen? I don't know. I don't think I'm that good of a storyteller. But I'd love to be. I think it'd be sick. I think that's what we all need to do. I think we all need to write our characters with quirks. When you write an NPC out, when name, information, whatever you use in your notes, right? You should have a quirk down there. Something odd about them. They wear outlandish clothes. They sniff a lot. They stutter. They are cross-eyed. Don't do cross-eyed. That would be awful. Do you imagine having to roleplay cross-eyed all the time? Don't do that. But whatever it is, make a quirk. Make them interesting. And that way, if all of them have that, you'll have role-playing opportunities for all of them. At least that's my idea. Guess that's all I have to say about that. What do you think? Tell me down below. Tell me what your NPCs are like. NPCs that you ended up playing, but your characters hated. Or the other way around. NPCs that you wrote one line about and your characters bonded to. Let me know your stories. That's what I want to hear. If you like this content, click like and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. Also, down in the comments, you'll see my Twitch name. I try to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at like 8:30 in the morning Pacific time. So feel free to come on over there and join me. I play old school games like NetHack, or right now I'm playing a blind playthrough of Fallout 1, which is a awesome game. I'm really enjoying Fallout 1 way more than I thought I would. So come on over, join the chat, and let's talk. So anyways, again, I'm Verk. Thank you for watching.